Welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. As always, it's me, the Smithie D. It has just been officially announced there's going to be a brand new raid, and it's not just going to be any ordinary raid, it's going to be a Sith raid set in the Old Republic era. So the information that we have been given so far is Capital Games are extremely excited to announce that they are working on bringing us a brand new raid experience. This new raid takes place in Star Wars The Old Republic time frame and allows players to take on the Sith triumvirate of Darth Nihilus, Darth Sion and Darth Traya. The raid will come out with our upcoming quality of life update. Expect to see more updates on what the content will look like, and please keep an eye on the forum announcements for more details. Words really cannot describe how stoked I am at the moment. This is definitely bringing back all that nostalgia of playing Knights of the Old Republic, getting again to live back to Knights of the Old Republic 2, where you faced off against Nihilus, where you faced off against Traya and Sion. Oh my god, does that mean that in the future we could see the Exile come to the game as well? Mind blown, guys, mind blown. You know, we've got Revan on there. There's so many characters from the Old Republic that can come into the game, like Malgus, Malik, such characters that are favorites as well. So it's not just like anybody that hasn't played this game doesn't really know who they are. They're quite well known, or they've been around on the internet as fan favorites. So apart from getting things that we've asked for, we've wanted, what could this mean to us players in Galaxy of Heroes? If the circle repeats itself from previous content, there is normally something like a level cap rise or a gear level rise. While it's not 100% that this will happen, it is just really the past trend of things that there has been a level cap increase or a gear level increase. So make sure that if you want to kind of beat the curve to this, it's kind of saving the gear that you can try and predict, because we don't know what the raid could drop. It could be the new exclusive gear, because if we have a look at the Heroic AAT, that dropped the next level gear, and prior to that was kind of like Cabantes in the Rancor. So it kind of then could fall in line that you go into gear 13. So make sure that you are saving some pieces if you are wanting to beat the curve. While it can be very tempting with territory wars and territory battles to gear up every character that you can, if you are free to play or you don't have much gear, maybe you want to put on hold the characters that you could look at and go, they're not really relevant, or it's a maybe save that gear to when new characters drop, if there is a raid exclusive character, or if there is anything that you need in the raid, because the last thing that you want to do is make an AAT rookie error, is what I call it, is kind of gear up characters that you don't use now. So you want to try and save the gear for characters that are going to give you more success in this new raid. Because it's a Sith raid does not necessarily mean that the Sith are going to be the best. Have a look at the Heroic AAT with the Jedi receiving boosts, and even the Jawas. Where do you really see them now in the raid? They are not really optional. They had a little flame. I don't think Jedi really had much of a big flame. I think the Jawas with Newt had much better run than the Jedi did, but they receive buffs currently in the Heroic AAT, and they are not the top teams for that area. The good thing about hoarding some gear is that you're not wasting it, so if the Sith do come relevant and they are the best in the new raid, then you're going to have the gear to gear them up. If they're not, you don't want to really waste it on characters like Sith Assassin, Sith Trooper, because they do take quite a lot of Cabantes and stun cuffs, and we know in Galaxy of Heroes, most of the characters take lots of Cabantes, stun guns and stun cuffs. That brings me on to the next topic, Zeta ability mats. If you are currently considering Zeta in a character, I want you to stop right now and ask yourself, do you need to Zeta that character? The reason why you should ask yourself that, will he make a difference, or she, to your arena or fleet payout? If not, then there may be no reason to really Zeta that character right now. Of course, they are your Zetas, they are your characters, you are free to do what you want. I'm only here to try and give you my opinion and some advice to kind of prepare for this new raid, because we don't know what's in this raid, and it could be a massive difference of having some Zetas, some gear ready for this new raid to completing it. If we go on past experience, if you were around with the launch of the Heroic AAT or the Rancor, the last Heroic tier was really difficult. plain and simple. There wasn't many guilds kind of getting through this, and saving and preparing can make that massive difference that you are getting any character shards. If there is a character in the new raid, it could be Revan, it could be Sion, it could be Treya, it could be anybody. You know, we could speculate all day who could be the exclusive character in this raid. If you currently do not own Sith Assassin or Sith Trooper at 7 star, my advice is to go out and farm them. We don't know what influence the Sith are going to have on this new raid. There may be some, there may be none, or it may be a high potential that you need them for something specific in that raid. So my advice is to start farming them. You don't want to be behind the curve if you don't have these characters. Hopefully the advice I've provided in this video will help somebody out there. So what are your thoughts, guys? Are you excited for the new raid, or are you not as excited? Was you hoping for a legend event with Revan? There is definitely going to be more details to come on this raid, but let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, then please make sure that you do hit the like button. If you haven't already subscribed, then please definitely do. I'm the Smithie D. May the Force be with you always.